Okay, we're good to go. Hi, everyone.
Hi,
We're back.
everyone. We're back. It's been a couple of weeks for different reasons, but today we made it a point to be here.
That's
So
right. We were
thank you.
committed.
Yes. So thank you so much, Linda, for being here.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
Teresa
you.
Lisum, and you
Linda
are.
Linda Karchner.
And we take this time most weeks, we will say, on Tuesdays to talk about our passion for strengths and our
Hmm.
love of this whole strengths concept. It gives
Hmm.
us an opportunity to really geek out
Yeah.
on that passion. And with that being said, we're going
Yeah.
to start with this whole idea of passion.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think of that during this month of February, love, passion,
Right.
but sometimes it's not as encompassing as we allow it to be.
Right.
It's a very
Right.
narrow version of passion. But
Hmm.
passion does drive us
Hmm.
in many, many areas of our life. So I wanted to look up the word passion, the definition of passion, and it says an intense desire or enthusiasm for something.
Hmm.
Let's see, there was another one that I really liked. It's an inner fire that
Ooh,
motivates us to
yeah.
take action and see tangible results.
I like that.
So, passion can show up, and we want to show up in so many
Yeah.
areas of life. I
Right.
don't think I want to live without passion.
No,
I
absolutely. How
think
boring would that be?
I know. I mean, even if it's something as small as a passion for reading or a
Hmm.
passion for being with your grandkids or
Hmm.
a passion for helping others in whatever way that you do. So
Right.
passion can be tangible that way in multiple ways, multiple areas.
Hmm.
But what we were talking before we jumped on is how does passion relate and intertwine with our superpowers, our
Right.
strengths, who we
Right.
really are. And this was another sentence I wanted to bring and weave this in as well. Strengths reflect who we already are at our best. Okay, so we have this lineup of top 10 strengths, our zone of genius, where we are our best, our most productive, our most enthusiastic, our most energized,
Mhm.
authentic self. Which to me, that sounds a lot like a passion
Yeah, it
woven in
does.
those top 10,
Absolutely.
now that I'm saying it out
Uh-huh.
loud. But you, I believe, were trying to decide which comes first, a person's
Yeah,
passion for something, or does that passion grow from their strengths,
right.
how they be, their true inner
Yeah.
selves?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's hard to just pinpoint one or the other one as coming first, but people are passionate about different things. And so for me, with my work with church congregations, so a prime example for me would be, two people who are passionate about helping other people grow in their faith, on their faith journey. They can be equally passionate, but if one person is a relationship builder, connecting, they're going to approach that passion and fulfill that passion in a totally different way than, let's say, someone who is executing, where they have a list of things that they need to get done and they're more focused on accomplishing things, but they're still equally passionate. So,
Mm-hmm.
it might be helpful to know what your passion is first and then learn about your strengths, and it kind of confirms your passion. However, flip that around, learning about your strengths can also shed light on what your passions are.
Oh, yes, certainly. I had a friend and a client once. We were going over her strengths. She was a strategic thinker. I can't remember if
Mhm.
that was her dominant domain or her secondary. I don't remember at this point. But when we were talking about a strategic thinker, loving to learn, loving to think, being
Mhm.
creative. Like not all strategic thinkers like to be creative and create,
Exactly.
but when I brought up that word create, it like a light bulb went off in her
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah,
And
I
she's like,
resonate with
"Oh,
that.
yeah, like I used to do that." Like it started rekindling
Yeah.
something in her. And after that, she went on to get really creative and do it with
Oh, that's
intention and
exciting.
refocus
Mm-hmm.
herself, her passion on her creativity. And
Mm-hmm.
it blossomed into a book and a workbook and some
Wow.
artwork. And it just really brought that back into her awareness once we kind of talked about it. So
Mm-hmm.
that was just a beautiful example of seeing your strengths, your superpowers,
Eight.
and kind of showing you a new way or showing you a way that you'd forgotten or showing you something that,
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah, there was a little spark of that in the
Right.
past. Maybe, so maybe I should try that again. So, yes, they're very intertwined, I think, the
Mm-hmm.
passions and the strengths, the superpowers, but you could certainly have one lead to the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that confirmation again, just when you were saying that about your friend and client, I'm thinking about two ladies who went through our workshop that we have that's about spiritual gifts and strengths. And these two ladies are now on the worship team because of going through our workshop, because it was kind of confirmed with them that this was something that they were passionate about. The one lady had done it before at another church she went to years and years ago. And then she thought, I don't know, maybe I can't do this anymore. I'm
Mm-hmm.
too old. But
Oh,
when she, really started thinking about what she loves doing and what her strengths were and what her gifts were, she's doing it and she loves it. And she does such a nice job.
I love that. And when you said the word confirming,
Mhm.
like you were able to confirm something that she kind of vaguely might have
Mhm, mhm.
possibly considered but didn't take it
Right,
seriously or whatever. Or she felt she was too old
right.
to go in that direction. But you kind of validated and reconfirmed and
Mhm.
brought back into focus, like, oh, maybe that is something you want to explore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I love
that
that.
was really fun. Very, very exciting to see people living in their passion
Oh, I
based on
love
their
that.
strengths and gifts.
And you said something before we jumped on to record, which I am. Oh, yeah, I am
Yeah,
recording. Woo, I
yeah.
felt like, am I recording? Strengths enhance your passions,
Mm-hmm.
or passions enhance your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that whole what comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Mm-hmm.
Does
Right.
it matter? I mean,
Probably not.
probably not, but you
Yeah.
can use one to ignite the other one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
if you're living a non-passionate life, because many of us kind of
The
become smaller,
grind.
yes, and smaller,
Yeah.
and we fall into routines and habits and ways of thinking
Mm-hmm.
where we could lose passion
Mm-hmm.
for life in general or for
Mm-hmm.
the different things that we do, the different activities. So maybe if that is something that is happening for anybody who's
Right.
listening, check into your strengths, explore your strengths,
Mm-hmm.
look at those top 10
Mm-hmm.
and see if there's something that will reignite your
Yeah.
passion in something, even if it's something small.
Yeah.
And then, that'll be a starting point, a small step into something hopefully larger. Get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm. Or if you have a desire to do something, so we're going to flip the coin over. You have a desire to do something, like you just feel like this is your calling, and not even like something huge. Maybe it's just a volunteer assignment, project, or just learning how to bake sourdough bread. We've joked about that. Then learning your strengths can help you to figure out how to go about fulfilling that passion. Because a lot of times we sort of flounder because we are like, oh man, I really want to do this thing, but I just don't even know where to start. Well, if
Yeah.
you're a relationship builder, you start with connecting with someone that you respect, who knows how to do it, or
Hmm.
someone who has done it before. Or if you're an executor, you make a list. If you're a strategic thinker, you ponder about it.
And you do some research.
And you do a lot of
Lots of
research and you go
research.
into the rabbit hole.
Yes, yes.
And then you have to find someone to pull you out. If you're an influencer, a lot of times influencers, they don't have this problem. Like they just
Right.
kind of start doing it as long as they have some people around them that they can
Right,
show how
right,
to do it. And I
right.
I think about our coach that taught us about this, Eddie. He said one time, a couple times, that neither he nor his wife like to cook, but they're both high influencers. So if they would go on, TikTok or whatever platform they were on and demonstrate how they were cooking the family dinner that night, they would do it with more ease and enjoyment than just putting the food together. Like they felt like they could move someone else forward and influence someone else. So that's just a thought. Like that's how your superpowers can help you to push that passion along.
Right. I just a real small experience from my life.
Yeah.
My secondary domain is strategic thinking. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn and think and research. Way, way, way back in the day, I wanted to put a deck on my house. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
I had no clue what to do, had no, like, I don't even know if it's possible. Can I
Right.
do it? I went down a research rabbit hole that's what I had to do for me
Yeah.
to take a
Right.
step and take some action. I had to research, ask questions, explore, go talk to this person. And
Mm-hmm.
then things just started coming together and gelling, and
Mm-hmm.
I made it happen.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
I had to tap into my desire to learn. Now, if I was an influencer, like you said, maybe I would have brought somebody else along with me and, let's learn
Right.
this together.
Mhm.
I mean, back in the day, I wouldn't have thought of putting myself on a video and
No.
and doing it, but now maybe I would like, oh, we're gonna get
Yeah.
my drill out today. And like bring other people along with me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just that knowledge of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
awareness. I mean, the more we know about ourselves, the better versions we will be of ourselves, I think.
Right.
And then we, bring that best version out to the world, which we all need to bring our best selves forward
Right.
to share with other people. But yeah, I love this whole concept of which is first, the passion or the superpowers and the strengths, because they're so woven together, it
Right.
might be hard to tease them out. But it just knowing that, well, if you don't have one, then explore the other one, and it will
Mhm.
bring forward, something. But I think you were also thinking of how to help people step into their passion or find their passion or crystallize their passion.
Mhm.
You have any
Mhm.
more thoughts on that since we've been talking?
No, I guess that it's a passion of mine to help people figure out their passion. So I need to connect with some people. I thought that I had connected with someone who had like a test, and I just didn't care for the test, like a test about your passions. Um,
No.
so I need to connect with some people. I need to do some thinking and creating and learning about researching about how to help people understand and sort of crystallize what their passion is. Not that it has to be set in stone, but who
Hmm.
you are at this moment in time. What is your passion? There are things that I was passionate about 10, 20 years ago that I'm not anymore. Um, and that's okay. I have changed and grown, and I have
Oh, yeah.
different things that I'm looking at and different stage of my life. And so each of us has that, you know,
Yeah.
a
And our,
different season.
yes, and our passions change, as you
Hmm.
said. We might not think of them as being passions
Hmm.
because,
Right.
again, that word we seem to have really narrowed down to
Right.
a relationship
Yeah.
passion, with
Right.
somebody we
Right.
love.
Yeah.
Where if we open that word up to encompass
Hmm.
life in general, then I think it's going to help us ignite passion, our own passion in something else, you know.
People who are passionate about life are so much fun to be around.
Yes, they are.
Like even if they're passionate about something that you don't really care about, it's fun to see other people
Yeah,
excited about
yeah,
things
yeah.
and it's kind of contagious. Like I've learned about things that I didn't care about because my husband was passionate about them. I watched the Super Bowl. I in the last 37 years I watched more Super Bowls than I did ever before. Well,
Yeah, I get that.
like I say that the Steelers are my team, but do I really care? No, I'm a very fair weather fan. I'm just here for the snacks and hanging out with my husband.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I love that you said passion is contagious. You're
Hmm.
right. Like it's irrelevant what somebody's
Yeah,
passionate about, but
right.
that's our opportunity to learn from them. If
Mhm.
we're curious,
Right,
well,
because we
why
love
are you
learning.
so passionate about that? What
Yeah,
excites you about that? What are
right.
you seeing that I'm not seeing?
Uh-huh.
Teach me, open up my eyes.
Yeah, my
Um,
my oldest son talks to me all the time about his computer coding that he does. And sometimes it reaches a point where my brain cells are maxed out with understanding. And he appreciates that. Um, and then my two younger boys, like they both worked on a dairy farm when they were younger, and they would talk about tractors and cows and stuff like that. And I don't really care about that, but I learned a lot and I enjoyed
mhm.
seeing their passion about it and seeing how excited they were about it.
Oh,
So,
I
I mean,
love
that's,
that.
with your kids, you do kind of like you like to be a part of their lives. So
Right,
there's
right, for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
Now we know that the top 10 strengths are our zone of genius.
Mm,
It's what energizes us.
right.
So if someone comes to us that are passionless,
Hmm.
lost their spark, lost their
Yeah.
drive,
Hmm.
and just want to reignite that, find
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that can pull them forward in life. I can see us introducing them to their top 10
Yeah.
strengths.
Yeah.
The number one strength is where they're most energized,
Right.
and just exploring that number one strength or that number two or that number three, and just really see what it is. There's a reason that those are up there at those top
Hmm.
three
Yep.
positions.
Yeah.
So that obviously brings some type of excitement and energy
Mhm.
into their lives, into their brain, into their way of being, and just exploring what it is about those strengths that resonates with them, that has meaning to them. And I wonder if that would spark some passion in some form or fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I think so. And like you and I have talked about before, I think just for us, it gave us permission to be who we truly are. To say,
Yep.
you know what,
Yep.
my superpowers are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I was designed this way. And instead of looking at them like they're second class superpowers
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, this is how I was designed and created. And it's exciting and it's affirming and it's inspiring.
Oh,
So
very,
people
very inspiring.
could, find a passion through that.
Yeah, I love this whole conversation we're having.
Mhm.
Passion, it fits perfectly with this month.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're somebody showing up with a lack of passion, how
Mm-hmm.
can we kind of help them along their way to
Yeah.
discover their passion? And
Yeah.
like you said,
I would absolutely recommend this assessment and coaching.
oh
Shameless
yeah,
plug
yeah,
for us.
yeah, shameless plug. Because this is
Because
our passion.
it is our
You know,
passion, and
this is our
it
passion.
made such a difference in our lives.
Hmm. And we certainly want to share that
Hmm.
with other people. We want everybody to be happy and passionate about
Hmm.
life in general.
Hmm.
Like I have positivity sitting at number 3. I'm looking at
Hmm.
it. And so to me, I've learned that it's a powerful strength. It might not seem like it's on the surface, but I've learned more about it. I've embraced it. I've leaned into it. And so now I understand how powerful of a superpower it is. And
Right.
that does help me be passionate in what
Hmm.
I do out there in the world, how I show up in the world, how I show up in a room, how I
Hmm.
show up to a one-on-one,
Right.
conversation,
Right.
just going to lunch with somebody. Like my perspective can be very, very helpful for them
Hmm.
if they're seeing the world like, oh,
Yeah.
this place is a mess and we're
Right.
so I can bring my positive perspective on things and hopefully help them shift and change their perspective. So
Hmm.
that's powerful.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it doesn't sound powerful initially, but once you really dig into it
Hmm.
and understand it, it is powerful. And
Right.
every single strength is like that.
Hmm.
And every person has a different lineup of strengths.
Right.
And we all share the 34,
Right.
but in varying degrees, I guess we could say.
Hmm. Yeah.
So it's important for us to really understand and know all of our lineup, our entire lineup, not just the
Right.
top 5,
Right.
but to have access to all 34 so we can look at those top 10 and
Hmm.
see what's energizing to us. And I mean, that's why we're doing what we're doing now. I
Right.
can talk, I can be a talking head, talk, 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 talk. But when I leaned into the fact that I'm a relationship builder,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
love collaboration, I love doing things with people.
Right.
That's when I invited you.
Yeah.
I love like on
And
my
I was
my
excited to join in.
my Evolving Women podcast. I
Yeah.
love talking with other women. So it's all about collaborating with others. And
Mhm.
that lights me up and allows
Right.
me to show my passionate
Mhm.
side. But
Yeah, I
that's
love that.
because I understood and I do understand that I'm a relationship builder and I
Huh?
need those connections. Whereas if I'm a relationship builder and I don't really realize it, I could be stressed. And, if I'm spending a lot of alone time and very
Right.
secluded and wonder why I'm feeling,
Hmm.
and a low energy and maybe having some struggles there,
I
that
always
could
used
be
to
very well
wonder,
why.
why couldn't I just be more focused and more organized and more make a list and get it done? Like I would beat myself up about that.
Mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm,
I have a couple of executing strengths high, but I'm not a high executor. It is not for me, it is about the relationships and about
mm-hmm.
the learning and the thinking and the absorbing of
Yeah, yeah,
information in
me
order to
too.
share with other people. And when I do that, I am so happy. And my executing husband drives him a little bit crazy. He just has to go to bed and let me do my thing at the last minute because that's when I get the energy to do it.
But it's great that you have that understanding about yourself.
Yeah,
You understand your husband is not like that. He
right.
understands that you are like that. So
Mhm.
you're both giving each other permission to
Right.
be themselves, show up
Mhm.
as themselves, and not get upset and irritated about it, you
Right.
know? So that is powerful in and of
It
itself, that
is.
we all have
It is.
these passions that
Mhm.
are guiding us through our lives. And the more we can tap into those
Mhm.
using our strengths, the better we will be and the better our relationships will be. And that just ripples out from us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Such powerful stuff. This has been a great conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks, Linda, for bringing this to the table today. Passion. I'm going to think more on that.
Yeah, I loved that second definition that you read. Can you read that again?
Let's see
Uh,
if I
just
can
for,
find
if
it.
you can find it. Yeah,
The
maybe.
inner fire one that
Yeah, yeah, that
motivates
one.
us.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
inner fire that motivates us to take consistent action.
Uh-huh.
And just, yeah, that I love that motivation,
Uh-huh.
the inner fire, the inner spark,
Right.
the inner desires, wanting. Again, it doesn't have to be big.
Right,
Doesn't have to be
exactly.
huge. It doesn't have to be world changing,
Mhm.
It can be small. You're just changing your world by
Yeah,
changing
exactly.
yourself and
Yeah, yeah.
stepping into something you might not have thought of before, like the ladies you were referring to,
Hmm, hmm.
that with a little bit of help and guidance from you,
Right.
they started moving in that direction. And now they're so much happier than they were in the past, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, they are. Absolutely. They
I love
feel like
them.
they found their niche.
That is a great story. Love that. And that's not to say that won't change down the
Sure.
road.
Right, exactly.
It could, but for right now, that's what they love doing. That's energizing to them. And they're feeling that passion for
Yeah.
life.
Yep. Yeah,
I love that.
absolutely.
So if anybody listening maybe have felt like their desire is waning or has diminished and
Hmm.
you're just not sure how to get it again, please connect with
Right.
me and or Linda. We can
Hmm.
love to have you on here
Yeah.
and look over at your strengths and give you a little bit of free complimentary
Right.
coaching this way
Uh-huh.
in public. Or you can, of course, work with us privately.
Yes.
Information will be attached with this video.
Yeah.
Reach out. We love talking about this. We want you to be passionate about life just as we are. So
Hmm.
thank you so much, Linda. Let me pull out my little thing here.
Oh,
If
that's
this
right.
is
That's right.
if this has helped you in any way, please share this episode, subscribe, leave a comment. We'd love to hear
Yeah.
your thoughts
Right.
on passion. And
Uh-huh.
if you know your passion or if you want to
Yeah.
find your passion,
Right.
please leave us a comment. But thank you so much, Linda.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody
Thanks,
who's
Teresa.
listening in. We
Hmm.
so appreciate you. And we will be back next week, correct?
Right.
All right,
That's
my
the
friend.
plan. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, everybody. We will see you the next time. Bye
Bye,
bye.
everyone.